So recently Planet Crafter released a DLC called Planet Humble, and when you first start off on this planet, it's going to be all doom and gloom. It's not going to look that nice, and then when you go through and you fully terraform it, so you go through the blue skies, the clouds, the rain, the liquid water, the lakes, the fish, the animals, the mammals, when you go through all of that, the planet ends up looking like this, and this is such a nice looking planet. So this is where you start, or this is where I started, and you've got all of this around you. These like pillar things actually start growing like flowers off them, which look really nice. And then behind you, where you normally have a bunch of sand, you end up with these vines that you can climb down, and it takes you to where there's quite a lot of like flora and stuff. You've got a nice waterfall down here, and then that all fills up with water. And you've got that little island sort of thing over there. And then if we go back up the vines, you can go inside here, and there's something really, really nice in here. If we make it far enough in, so you've got this nice stream of water that leads down to the waterfall. And then I don't know if it's going to do the same thing it did before. Like you've got all these like areas in here that have these like glowing leaves or whatever they are just floating around like the particles. There was one of these though that went dark and it looked incredible. So it wasn't this one. Where is it? I think it's possibly, I think it might be this one here. Come on, change the, there we go, look at that. It all goes dark and look at how good that looks. It's the only one that goes dark for some reason. Then you can carry on going through. You've got all these lights and stuff, like all this illuminated stuff on the ceiling. You've got osmium on the floor. Like it's all nice and vibrant in here. Just it looks incredible with all the like spiky things coming off the ceiling. And then we've got extra parts that come through. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back to, in a moment, we're going to go back to the surface unless, oh wait, there's a way out here. Look at that. I believe that's all a larger version of zeolite. Yeah, I'm guessing that would signal that it's a zeolite cave. We've got chests and everything laying around. And you can see there's like a volcano sort of thing in the background. And how it all changes and the floor goes green and stuff. So that's where our home base is. And then from there, if you come over in this direction, we've got these like really nice looking overgrown archways. And then you've got this, yeah, I don't know what you would call this sort of area. I mean, this one could have a few more trees and stuff in it, but it doesn't look too bad. I like how there's like little ponds of water and stuff in there. And then unfortunately, I don't know why it happened, but we're going to have to come back to the start because the game decided to crash. So back from home base, ignore all the stuff that's floating around. I deleted a load of like my drills and everything just to kind of clear it up. I put quite a few beehives down in the end. And yeah, my frame rate massively dropped with it. So you've got this area that's got some nice trees and stuff. We're going to ignore that for the time being. We're going to come up here. And this is where all of the like lava and stuff happens. You can see it like flowing over there in the distance. So you've got all these sort of like lava pits. You can see it all down there and stuff. And then if we carry on up the hill, you've got some gigantic trees over there. You've got another hole that I've actually fallen into. And so after getting back out, you've basically got more of that as you just progress up that sort of mountain. But if we come this way now, so from the start, which is over there with them pillars, come over this way towards the sulfur field, you've got a couple of ponds over here. And then if we go up this hill, I really, really like these trees. I wish there was maybe a little bit more. Like just random bits of vegetation and stuff. And then up in the sulfur field, you've got even more little ponds that have been created, or lakes. And then when we get out of this sulfur field and it all changes colour, you've got this massive area over here with a little spaceship in the middle. And that water's actually quite deep. And then we're going to explore this in a moment. But if we go over to the far side where you can kind of see the blue trees in the distance. So approaching the trees, you'll see there's a few different types of trees over here. But this becomes like one massive forest. There's just tree after tree after tree after tree over here. And I like that there's variation in the trees and they're not all exactly the same ones. And that area does go a little bit further back, but it's all just trees. And I do not fancy getting lost in them. But then if we carry on over to where I think most players are going to find osmium for the first time, you'll see all these really vibrant, bright blue rocks. And normally, when you come here, it goes really dark black. But then when you get further in the game, and you start finding things like cosmic quartz, that as you've done more of the terraforming, it changes to this like blue sort of glow to the sky. And then if we carry on coming round, this bit over here, so you've got the osmium bit there. As we come up here, this bit is amazing. We carry on up this hill, you've got that massive spaceship thing over there. And then look at this. As we get further over, you've got a stream of water into a waterfall that leads down into this gigantic crater. And the good thing about that is you can actually go inside the waterfall. Like, it's basically as though they've added 2 layers to this planet. That they've actually got quite a lot of verticality. Because if we come down here, if we go inside this waterfall, and I like how there's trees and stuff growing as well. So if we come in here, it leads you into like the underground section. But you'll see all the white trees, and look at how nice this looks under here. And then we've got that like blue ceiling with the spikes and stuff coming out of it over there. There's basically 2 layers to this. And then as we start making it back to where home base is, you've got like another like massive sort of lake there. Then as we come up here, all of this at the start of the like DLC will be covered by ice. But then when you get far enough, it all melts. And if we come through here, you're going to see we can go underneath here. And this leads down into the massive underground layer. So there's like different sections and stuff to it. And this place is just filled up with trees and everything. So if we carry on coming down, you're going to see there's still some ice there. I don't know why some of the ice is stuck around. And then look at this, how many trees and stuff there are down here. It's just this whole planet, like going from a barren wasteland to this is incredible. And it's that sort of stuff they did with the base game as well. And even though they've said that the planet's around half the size of the base game, there's still so much to do in this. It's all pretty much the same as the base game, but there's a lot of hours worth of content. So you've even got like little random biodomes and stuff that are in here. But you do have a few of them scattered around the world. One place I've really liked, I'll show you as we when we get there. It was completely random. I never expected to stumble. Actually, it might be underwater now. So we've got the like it leads us up to the lava pools and stuff up here again. But when you get to the top of it, and my hydration's running out. Whoops. The good thing is I do have the water filter, so any source of water, if I just try and get out of this section here to the waterfall behind our base, because of the water filter I can drink from any lake. I believe I can drink from in here. Let's come down here and try it. It looks like I can. There we go. No hydration worries anymore. And then as you get closer to these, it starts changing colour. All of the water goes back to the normal blue, and here is the waterfall. So the last thing I want to show you guys is at the bottom of this waterfall. I think most of it, if not all of it, is going to be underwater at this point. The last time I came here, there wasn't water. But down here, in fact, that's a little bit off from where it is. I need to try and get a good vantage point to see. Oh no, it stays above water. So over here in this little corner, I really like how they set this up. There wasn't a lot here. It was mainly plant seeds. I think I took every single one of them. Oh no, I left one here, which was a lower level seed. But there was like a few bits in here, like osmium and things like that. And then these little like veggie tube sort of things. I mean, they look like food growers. And in fact, they are food growers, I think. But for some reason, they had seeds in them. So I grabbed all the seeds and everything. But I like the way they've got the little, like, 1x1 living compartments. And they've actually got a few things in them. You can see where I dropped off a load of excess materials and stuff. And then you do have another building over here that's kind of become underwater. Like, it ended up being submerged. But if we go round to this side, you can see that they've got this whole... This never used to be underwater. So eventually over time, with the terraformation, it just ended up going under. There's another really cool building that they put in the game. So there's probably a couple of bits here and there that I haven't shown you, but I just wanted to give you like a general sort of rundown of what this planet is going to look like when you are done, like, and it's fully terraformed. Because I think they have done so well putting this planet together. And I love this game in general. My review, I gave it a 10 out of 10 because you go from a completely barren wasteland with absolutely nothing, and you terraform it so that it has flowers and trees and plants everywhere. The land goes green and like you have water running through it and everything, and the game just, it does so well with the terraformation. And I really, really like what they have done with the Planet Humble DLC. So that was a little showcase of the DLC in the Planet Crafter, and what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.